Chapter 8:15. If I wanted to hit on her, I would have done it when you weren't around. Don't worry, she's yours. I don't have the kind of feelings you think I have for her. Even if I do, it's because of your influence. Now that you're back, I have nothing to do with it anymore, Xingbuhua said in a low voice. He looked at Baiya, who was downstairs. Over the past year, he had dreamed of her several times. They were all when Gu Lingqing separated from her. When Gu Lingqing dreamed of her, he also dreamed of her. However, this time he treated himself as a bystander, because he clearly knew that it was because Gu Lingqing dreamed of her. The connection between twins was very strange. It was easy to lose one's heart. Fortunately, he returned. Thank you, Baiya. She never gave him a chance. I'm planning to hold a wedding for her this year. Due to various reasons, it didn't happen before. I also want to give her a gift that she wants, Gu Lingqing said while looking at Baiya. Xingbuhua looked at Gu Lingqing with a deep gaze. It's about Xianxia. Yes. Gu Lingqing replied and said coolly, I came back to be the chief of the military region and help you stabilize all the military regions. What I want is Xianxia's freedom. But the people's hearts are not stable now. Just one cold sail and they're eyeing him covetously. He's like Xuanhuan in the past, sitting firmly in the position of deputy commander. His relationships in the dark are complicated. There's also Chu Yubing. He's a new force cultivated by the Shen family. Although Xianxia has fallen, the power of the Shen family is still there, Xingbuhua said worriedly. No, Buhua. You and I are born from the same root. Fortune and disaster depend on each other. I'll do my best to help you stabilize your position. If you die, Xiaoya and I will die with you. I won't let that happen, Gu Lingqing promised. But you can't control what happens next. If I go back on my word because of fear, then I will only be a vile person in the future. A gentleman is magnanimous. Even if I die, I will have a clear conscience. I will have a clear conscience. I would rather live a noble life than live a cowardly life. There are things a king can do, but there are things a king cannot do, Gu Lingqing advised. Have you heard about King Wu's Fuchai and King Yu's Go Jian? Letting Go Jian go wasn't a problem at first, but letting Go Jian and myself do what they want is the biggest problem. In Country A, the winner is the king and the loser is the bandit. If Go Jian didn't defeat Fuchai, history would have re-evaluated him. Go Jian was such a sinister person, while Fuchai was such a righteous person. Go Jian is a good person. Xingbuhua looked at Gu Lingqing and smiled. Go Jian. Gu. Go of your strength. T. At least I care. Teet. Didn't you think about Xiaoya when you made this decision? Letting Xianxia go will be a hidden danger, Xingbuhua said. This is what Xiaoya wants. She'll bear the consequences. Xingbuhua smiled. You two are a match made in heaven. One of you can do anything for a friend while the other can do the same for a woman. Alright, I'll let him go. Gu Lingqing looked at Xingbuhua gratefully. Actually, Xingbuhua was the same type of person as them. He could do anything for his brother. He patted Xingbuhua's shoulder. Have lunch here before you go back. I'll try my best to coordinate this matter. Do you have enough money? Xingbuhua asked worriedly. I can sell some properties overseas. Money won't be a problem. Besides, I have a few game projects on hand. I have a few $100 million in my account every month. Don't worry, Gu Lingqing said with certainty. Let's have a family gathering some other day. I'll ask Muwan. Since you've married her, treat her well, Gu Lingqing reminded. Falling flowers yearn for love, but heartless water flows. In the end, an east wind blows a field of begonias. Empty sorrow. What do you mean by that? She has someone she likes, Xingbuhua said with a smile. When I fell in love with Xiaoya, she also had someone she liked. It was just that Su Jiren didn't cherish him, so she fulfilled my wish. I'm grateful to myself for persevering. That's why I'm here with Xiaoya now, Gu Lingqing said meaningfully. He patted Xingbuhua's shoulder again as encouragement. They went downstairs together. When Gu Lingqing saw that Baiya wasn't around, he went outside to look for her. Baiya found 2 ropes and tied them to the branches. She placed a small quilt between the ropes and made a simple swing. She placed Shosho inside and pushed him gently. Shosho was very happy. He sat comfortably in the middle of the quilt and swayed. He was smiling so much that he couldn't close his mouth. Gu Lingqing walked to Baiya's side. I'll get someone to prepare 2 swings here later. I also want to put a playground in the backyard as well as flowers and plants. Anyway, I see that there's space there. You can leave this matter to me, Baiya said. She didn't want him to worry about such a small matter. Let me tell you a piece of good news. Buhua has agreed to let Xianxia go, Gu Lingqing said. Baiya paused and looked at him in surprise. Is what you said true? Yes, he agreed. But before Xianxia is released, I need to meet him, Gu Lingqing said in a deep voice. Yes, that's great. When will he be released? Baya asked happily. I don't know yet. He agreed to let him go. Maybe in 2 days. After all, he needs to plan before he is released. Then I'll tell this good news to Lu Shuang tonight. Gu Lingqing nodded. Lin Shulan came out to look for Baya and Gu Lingqing. He said respectfully, Chief Madam, old madam wants you to go back to eat crabs. She said the crabs are cooked. Okay. Baya carried Shosho out. Time to eat crabs. Crabs are cold. It's better for children not to eat them, Gu Lingqing reminded. Chief Madam, you go and eat first. The meal is not ready yet. I'll bring Shosho here, Lin Shulan said. Gu Lingqing and Baya looked at each other. After all, they still had to accompany Xingbuhua. It was not convenient to bring Shosho along. Thank you, Baya said and handed Shosho to Lin Shulan. Lin Shulan continued to play outside with Shosho while Baya and Gu Lingqing went in. Xingbuhua was already sitting at the dining table. He was texting on his phone. In front of him were 4 large plates of crabs. There were a total of 20 crabs and the dipping sauce prepared by Song Shiu. You're back, Xingbuhua said with a smile and put his phone on the table. The crab is really big. This is the first time I've eaten such a big crab this year. Gu Lingqing held Baya's hand and walked over. This crab was a gift from my former comrade. Baya took a crab and placed it in her hands. It was a little hot, so she placed it on the plate and used a pair of scissors to remove the crab's legs. When she was in the United States, she had eaten king crab more often. The meat of the crab was more tender. Is it good? Gu Lingqing asked, putting the peeled meat on her plate. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Fairy Lake, then you can listen to it. Chapter 8:16. Baya nodded. It's delicious. It's totally different from the emperor crab. You can eat it yourself and taste it yourself. It's even better. Xingbuhua looked at their interaction and smiled. Are you guys still going to the deserted island? It's a good time to go now. Let's finish what you said and take a few days off. We'll bring Mom, Shosho and the rest on vacation, Gu Lingqing said. Don't you want to invite me? Xingbuhua asked disappointedly. You've been so busy lately. Even if I invite you, you won't have time. Didn't you say that you're going to Country M with your wife? Gu Lingqing asked. Xingbuhua's eyes flashed. Do you have wine? The crab should be accompanied with white wine. One hot and one cold to neutralize the other. Don't you have to go to work in the afternoon? You're the president now. Everything you say and do is being scrutinized, Gu Lingqing reminded him. I haven't had any rest since I became the president. Today is a gathering with my family. I can rest for half a day, Xingbuhua said sadly. That position seems high and mighty. It's the pinnacle of power, but it's also the pinnacle of pressure. There are gains and losses. If you experience it, your name will go down in history. I'll go get the wine, Gu Lingqing said. She stood up and went to the basement to get the wine. Xingbuhua looked at Baya. If I say that I regret my decision, will there be any medicine for regret? Baya had forgotten most of the past. She didn't remember Zhang Xingyu, Gu Lingqing or Xingbuhua. She didn't even remember what she said to Xingbuhua. There's no medicine for regret in this world. If you want to turn back and let go of your obsession, it's possible. However, you can't let go of it anymore, right? Baya said gently. The days I miss the most are the days when I was doing missions. I have ambitions. I want to be the president and avenge my parents, Xingbuhua sighed. You should avenge your parents now and become the president, Baya said. Yes, but my heart is empty. It's not difficult to be the president. I just used a plan and I reached the peak. But it's hard to keep this position. I'm afraid that if I make the slightest mistake, I'll end up like Xianxia, imprisoned for 2 years or even longer. Because you're the president, you can't be an ordinary person. You need to be more strict with yourself and regulate your actions. Even if it's a decision, you have to think twice before you act. The greater the power, the greater the responsibility. God is fair to everyone, Baya sighed. I understand now why Lingqing gave up the position of the president. He knew what he wanted and what the future would be like. He didn't want to pursue higher things. He wanted to be content. That's why you managed to protect yourself in the end. Xingbuhua looked at Baya deeply. That's because I have you as my support. That's why I'm living a happy life now. We're a family. That's why Xiaoya and I will help you. Gu Lingqing came out with a bottle of white wine. Baya went into the kitchen and took out 3 small cups. Song Shiu was still cooking. Mom, come and eat. There are so many crabs. I'm full after eating them. You guys go eat first. I'll be back soon, Song Shiu said with a smile. When she was young, she didn't like to be in the kitchen. She was afraid of cooking. At her age, her son wasn't by her side. She was satisfied to be able to cook for her son. Baya didn't force her. She took the cups and went out. Gu Lingqing opened the bottle and poured 3 cups of wine. Xing Buhua raised his cup. This cup is for you and Baya to grow old together. May you live a peaceful, healthy and happy life. Gu Lingqing raised his cup and clinked it with Xing Buhua. Baya followed Gu Lingqing and clinked their cups with Xing Buhua. You too. May you live a peaceful and healthy life, Gu Lingqing said and drank it in one gulp. He filled up Xing Buhua's cup again. For the second cup, I hope that you and Baya will be together forever and have a few babies. It's a waste not to have more babies with such good genes, Xing Buhua said jokingly and drank the wine in one gulp. Baya realized that although Xing Buhua and Gu Lingqing looked exactly the same, their personalities were completely different. Xing Buhua was talkative and liked to laugh. He was always smiling. Even if he was sad, he would still smile. Gu Lingqing was a man of few words. He didn't like to laugh. He always kept a straight face. Even if he encountered something funny, he would only smile slightly. Let's eat the crab first. Don't drink so much wine directly. It's not good for your stomach. I'll go check if there are any peanuts in the fridge, Baya said. She got up and went to the fridge to see if there were any dishes to go with the wine. Xing Buhua's smile widened. It feels good to have a beloved woman nagging beside my ear. No. Are things not going well between you and Muwan? Gu Lingqing guessed. I have a strange feeling about her. Let's not talk about her. Let's talk about this crab. It looks really good. Xing Buhua changed the topic. If you like it, I'll buy some fresh ones from my comrade tomorrow and send them to you. Don't. This crab is only interesting when there are many people. If I eat it alone, I don't think it tastes good. If I want to eat it again next time, I'll come here again. It's convenient to fly anyway. Xing Buhua said and drank a cup of wine. Baya really found some peanuts in the fridge. She poured them into a bowl, added some sour vinegar and sugar and served it. Baya, you believe in fortune tellers, don't you? Tell me, Lingqing and I look the same and are born the same. Why are our destinies so different? It's so far apart. Xing Buhua asked with a smile. Your names are different. Names can also affect destinies. So many people will look for fortune tellers when they want to name their children. I know a very famous fortune teller. I have his WeChat and mobile number. Why don't you ask him if he wants to tell your fortune for you? Baya also joked. Yes. You can contact him now and ask him. If his fortune is accurate, I'll have to give him the title of National Advisor. Baya paused. Are you serious? Of course I'm joking. But I'm telling you to ask him. It's true. Xing Buhua corrected her. Baya also wanted to contact the fortune teller since she was back in China. After all, they got along well and were like-minded. She called the fortune teller. The call was answered. Baya, I wanted to call you too and you called me. What a coincidence, Grandmaster Gufa said with a smile. Yes, where are you now? Baya asked. I've renounced asceticism today and rented a house. I'm going to look for a job tomorrow. Baya was stunned and asked in surprise, You've returned to the secular world? I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Fairy Lake, then you can listen to it. Chapter 8:17. I think you're right. I've been in the temple since I was young. I only have a set of theories. If I haven't experienced great joy, sorrow, love, and death, I won't be considered enlightened. So, I'm going to walk around the human world and experience what I should before I become a monk, Master Gu Fa said. Perhaps, after you've experienced all that, you won't want to become a monk anymore because you have too many attachments and memories. Have you found a job? Baya asked with concern. Not yet. It's not easy to find a job with my resume. I can't possibly say that I was a monk before, right? Gu Fa smiled and said calmly. After all, his current state of mind couldn't even compare to hers. Who knew what would happen in the future? I have a suggestion. When people pass away, they hire monks and Taoists to perform the rite. This is different from you. They do it commercially. I don't charge for it. Once I charge for it, the meaning will change. I don't want to do anything related to my current profession. I want to be a waiter, a driver, or a salesperson. These are the most basic things in life to understand the world. Do you need me to introduce you to someone? Gu Fa smiled. No need. I'm calling you to tell you that I've temporarily renounced asceticism. You won't be able to find me at the temple. I'll find a job myself. Look for me if you have any difficulties. All right. I'll hang up first. Baya kept her phone and looked at Xing Buhua. I'm sorry, Master Gu Fa has renounced asceticism. Xing Buhua smiled. Heavens will. Looks like I'll have to rely on myself in the future. He's renounced asceticism. Do you still want to keep in touch with him? Gu Lingqing asked in a strange tone. Baya was taken aback and looked at Gu Lingqing. He acted as though he hadn't said anything and took a sip of wine calmly. Xing Buhua's smile became even brighter. He looked at Gu Lingqing and said, Are you the king of vinegar? You're jealous of this? If I'm jealous of this, wouldn't I die of anger every day? Gu Lingqing's expression became even weirder. He didn't say anything and poured himself another glass. Baya put her hand on his leg. Gu Lingqing was startled and looked at her. Baya smiled. Her eyes were sparkling and filled with emotions. Such gentleness was enough to melt steel. Gu Lingqing's complexion improved. She held Ji Yunshu's hand tightly and let go. I'm so envious. The only way to relieve my worries is to drink. Xing Buhua smiled and clinked glasses with Gu Lingqing. Kid, you're not allowed to leave without saying goodbye in the future. Don't make me and Baya worry. Gu Lingqing nodded. When are you going to release Xianxia? Xing Buhua looked at Baya. After you see him, give me a psychological profile of him. I think it's foolproof. Why don't our family be imprisoned in the future? Baya understood what Xing Buhua meant and his worries. I'll go with you today. I'll give you a reply after I see him. Okay. They chatted while eating. The atmosphere was good. Song Shiyu prepared the dishes very quickly. Xiaoxia went to call Lin Shulan back for dinner. When Xing Buhua saw Shosho, his expression became especially gentle. He said to Shosho, Shosho, call me uncle, uncle. Shosho stared at Xing Buhua's face. Dad. Xing Buhua smiled. I'm uncle, not dad. Call me uncle. Although Xing Buhua said that, he was overjoyed to hear Shosho call him dad. When Shosho was still in the womb, he kept him company and talked a lot with the little guy. He really wanted to treat Shosho as his own child. Shosho looked at Xing Buhua, then looked at Gu Lingqing. Two dads. Song Shiyu laughed. Don't make things difficult for Shosho. Shosho has always been with me. He's unfamiliar with Lingqing and Buhua. He can't tell which one is the dad. Lingqing, send Shosho to me and be my godson. I'm older than you. Your two children are already so big. I don't have any children yet, Xing Buhua said directly, acting coquettishly. Gu Lingqing looked at Baya. Baya nodded in agreement. She could tell that Xing Buhua really liked Shosho. It wasn't a bad thing for Shosho to have a president as his godfather. Okay. You two silly children need a simple ceremony. Buhua, you have to give him a longevity lock. As for Shosho, you have to give Buhua a cup of tea and call him godfather. Then the ceremony will be done, Song Shiyu said. I don't have a longevity lock now. Let's make it clear. Next time, count it as an auspicious day. I'll get someone to check it when I get back and then call you, Xing Buhua said happily, his eyes fixed on Shosho's face. Shosho was very good looking. He had the good points of Baya and Gu Lingqing. His eyes were big and round and his face was pink. The more one looked at him, the cuter he was. If you like children, let one or have one too, Song Shiyu said. Xing Buhua's face darkened and a trace of sadness flashed across his eyes. Let's talk about it later. There are still many things waiting for me to do now. It doesn't affect you making babies. Don't you even have time to make babies? Song Shiyu scolded. Mom, I think the dishes you cook are very delicious. I want to learn from you next time. When you are busy in the future, I can cook for Lingqing. Baya deliberately changed the topic so that Xing Buhua wouldn't be embarrassed. The dishes you cook are obviously better than mine. Xiaoya, why don't you follow me to do business? With your intelligence, you will definitely be able to get started quickly and do a good job. Actually, the Gu Corporation is already on the right track. New projects are also always on the way. We have professional venture capital, so you don't have to worry too much. Song Shiyu encouraged. Well, Baya paused. I majored in medicine and have also studied psychology for many years. Psychology is my specialty. I want to continue to study psychology. I'm not very suitable for business, and I don't want to use too much of my brain to do things that I'm not familiar with. I'm sorry, Mom. Song Shiyu was a little disappointed. Baya looked at Gu Lingqing for help. Gu Lingqing caught the look in her eyes. When I was in business, Zhang Xingyu followed me everywhere and helped me a lot in business. He was also the one who negotiated a lot of business deals. I trust him. I want to put him in the company. He can help Mom solve a lot of troubles. That's good. Song Shiyu was happy. She actually wanted to spend more time with her children and her family. Business was not what she wanted in the first place. Lin Shulan lowered his head even more. In the future, Zhang Xingyu would become a core member of the Gu family. As for her, the distance between them grew even further. Baiya glanced at Lin Shulan and saw her disappointment and despair. It was normal for anyone to be upset over something for a while. But to be upset for the rest of one's life was akin to walking into a psychological barrier. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Fairy Lake, then you can listen to it. Chapter 8:18. In the afternoon, Xing Buhua slept for a while in the military base. After he woke up, he prepared to leave. Baiya followed Xing Buhua. Gu Lingqing couldn't bear to see her go. I'll go with you. He was making a statement. Baiya shook her head. You've just returned to the military base. There are many things waiting for you to handle there. I'll be back soon after meeting Xianxia. Gu Lingqing remained silent and looked at her deeply. Baiya smiled. You're worried about me? Let Lin Shulan go with you. She used to work for an Ing too, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Baiya nodded. Got it. She went out and got into the car. When they arrived at the airport, she boarded Xing Buhua's plane. His private plane was quite nice. It had a soundproof room that looked like a standard room. There was also a soundproof living room with a sofa, a coffee table, a television, and a stereo system. Do you want coffee? Xing Buhua asked. Baiya shook her head. Just a glass of plain water will do. If there's a lemon, put 2 slices in it. There should be. Xing Buhua opened the fridge and took out a whole lemon. Mr. President, let me do it. Lin Shulan went forward and said respectfully. Xing Buhua passed the lemon to Lin Shulan. He sat opposite Baiya and looked at Baiya meaningfully. You love him so much. I know that as long as he doesn't die, the two of you will definitely be together. From his tone, Baiya could tell that they were close. Once you let it go, you'll get it. The end is also a new beginning. Don't be afraid of the future. There will be many miracles in the future that we can't imagine. If I had cut the weeds and eliminated the roots back then, the current Chuyubing would not be a match for me. I don't know if listening to you was wrong, but since I've already listened, I don't want to regret it. People have to look forward. Even if I die, at least I have a brother, right? Xing Buhua looked at her with a burning gaze. Baiya could vaguely feel that there was something flowing between them. This kind of substance didn't feel like love, nor did it feel like friendship. It felt more like his trust, expectation, and desire for someone to rely on. A wise leader doesn't rely on suppression but enlistment. In the history of China, there was an undefeated general called Bai Qi. He killed 400,000 soldiers of Zhao. These soldiers were here to surrender. He was worried that these people would become a threat. If he could use 400,000 soldiers, Qin would become the most powerful country in the world. But these 400,000 soldiers were forced to become prisoners of war. They didn't think about Qin. As long as Qin treats their wives, parents, and children well and gives them a good life, I don't know what the future will be like. With the killing intent of 400,000 soldiers, Bai Qi still didn't die a good death. What we do, we don't betray ourselves or the world. There are always more solutions than difficulties. The important thing is not the choice but the foolproof after the choice. Fear can make people feel uneasy, but planning strategies can make people feel at ease. I can't plan strategies and I can't be foolproof. Baiya, come back and help me. Xing Buhua invited. I know. I only know psychology. Your psychology is enough. You can see through people's hearts. For me, that's the greatest help. I'm afraid that I don't do it carefully. It doesn't matter if I die alone. I have no parents, no children, and even my wife is not mine. The only thing I have is my brother. But I will implicate you and Gu Lingqing. Baiya understood that Gu Lingqing was his brother. Even if the two of them were not connected, others had connected them. Moreover, they were indeed connected. I will help you. We are a family. If you need anything, I will be by your side. Baiya promised. Xing Buhua smiled. Thank you, Xiaoya. I have to thank you, big brother. You will definitely become a wise ruler. Because of your generosity, because of your sacrifice, because of your listening to others. Xing Buhua lowered his eyes. He was not as good as Baiya said, but he sincerely hoped that Baiya and Gu Lingqing could be happy. If Gu Lingqing was happy, he would feel happy too. Xing Buhua arranged for Baiya and Xianxia to meet. So, the plane did not go directly to the President Palace. Instead, it went to the place where Xianxia was imprisoned. She vaguely remembered Xianxia's appearance. He was very good-looking, as charming as a devil. When he smiled, it was hard for people to ignore his smile. It also made people feel afraid. The memory in her mind was that Lu Shuang hated Xianxia. Xianxia used unconventional methods to keep Lu Shuang. They even had a child. She could not remember anything else. Under the lead of the soldiers he saw the imprisoned Xianxia. He was reading a book. There was a pot of tea, a table lamp, a white shirt, and a pair of coffee-colored slacks. The light fell on his handsome body. It was full of the scent of books. The feeling he gave off right now was completely different from the insufferably arrogant Wuxialover remembered him to be. Right now he was calmer, more reserved, and more profound. Xianxia noticed that someone was looking at him. He slowly looked towards the door. When he saw Baya, he smiled. Long time no see. Baya walked over and sat opposite him. Xianxia poured her a cup of tea. Try it. How are you doing here? Baya asked. It was a bad situation. I could only think of ways to live a better life. I expected this situation. Xingbuhua did not kill me. He was already being merciful, Xianxia said with a faint smile. Chu Yubing is doing well now. He has become the new power of the Xin family, Baya said deliberately. A long time ago the Xin family deliberately cultivated him. After I fell from power, the Xin family must have placed all their hopes on him. Baya picked up the cup and took a sip. The tea was good and fragrant. You fell from power. If Xingbuhua wanted to kill you, the Xin family would have been uprooted long ago. So, Xingbuhua nurtured a tiger. I am responsible for asking him not to touch the Xin family, including you. I'm going to let you out tomorrow or the day after. Is it also because of you? Xianxia asked meaningfully. Because of Xingbuhua. If he doesn't want to, no one can change his mind. Xianxia, Lu Shuang likes you and is waiting for you to go back. It doesn't matter how ungrateful others are. As long as they cross the line and reveal their ambition, I will deal with them one by one. But you, I don't want you to become Buhua's opponent. Because if I let you go, Buhua will bear too much. Gu Lingqing and I will also bear too much. We have placed our trust in you, Baya said earnestly. Xianxia did not speak. She looked at Baya quietly. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Fairy Lake. Chapter 8:19. Baya saw something in his eyes. Xianxia, can you promise me that you'll never do anything to Buhua? Xianxia lowered his head and took a sip of tea. He put down the cup and looked at Baya. I promise you that I'll never be Xingbuhua's enemy in this lifetime. Baya smiled. I'll tell Buhua. He'll be able to let you go soon after he makes the preparations. Thank you, Baya, Xianxia said in a low voice. Lu Shuang is my best friend. She needs you and so does your child, Baya said. He stood up and walked out of the door. Xianxia closed the book. The light from the lamp reflected in his eyes, rising and falling. Baya went out and found Xingbuhua. Big brother, let him go. He promises that he'll never be your enemy in this lifetime, Baya said. Xingbuhua took a deep breath. Although he had doubts, he nodded. Baya understood Xingbuhua's worries. In the future, Lingqing and I will walk with Big Brother. We'll share our ups and downs, honor and disgrace. Xianxia was pulled down from his position because he imprisoned Nangong Yu and wanted to attack the Nangong family. I can't let him go openly. M Nation will be unhappy if I do that. So, I'm going to fake his death, Xingbuhua said. He paused and looked at Baya. Okay, Baya answered. But I can't let him go myself. Otherwise, the fact that I let him go will be used against me in the future. It's best if the Xin family does it, Xingbuhua continued. The Xin family probably wouldn't do it. After all, they were very cautious now. You better not do it either, Xingbuhua reminded. I know. To some extent, I'm representing you. Xianxia has an organization called Formless. How about we ask them to do it? Baya asked. They still exist. They're ready to go. It's not appropriate for you to go to them. They might betray you. I can ask Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang is Xianxia's woman. She'll be more suitable. She just needs to convince Formless to do it. We'll set up a big fire here and make it look like Xianxia died. But we have to make sure that no one is injured, Baya said. We need to plan this carefully. We need to make sure nothing goes wrong. I'll give you the map later. Take it back and discuss with Lingqing about the specific operation plan. It's best if there are two plans A and B to prevent any accidents, Xingbuhua said solemnly. Baya nodded. I'll go to Country D tomorrow and contact Lu Shuang. I'll tell Xianxia that he'll be released the day after tomorrow. I don't think he'll be able to make it in time. Tell him this. Okay, Xingbuhua answered. After he passed the map to Baya, he asked his subordinate to send Baya back to the military base. In just half an hour, Baya returned to the military base. It was already late. The street lights in the military base were turned on. They were brightly lit along the way as if they were guiding her home. Whenever she thought of Gu Lingqing, her heart would feel warm. Soon she arrived at the villa. "Madam, you're back," xianxia shouted. Shosho ran out of the room and passed the milk bottle to Baya. "Mommy, mommy, drink, drink." Baya was charmed by Shosho's cuteness. She smiled. "Shosho, drink. Mommy isn't hungry." She looked around and didn't see Gu Lingqing. "Where's the chief?" "Chief is building Shosho's playground in the backyard. Lieutenant Colonel Zhang is there too," xianxia said. Her face was slightly red. Lin Shulan looked down. "Shulan, come with me. Let's see if you need help," Baya said. "Ah," Lin Shulan replied with his head lowered. He followed behind Baya. When she walked into the forest beside the house, she heard banging sounds. In the forest, Gu Lingqing had set up a swing. Although it was still between two trees, he had set up an aluminum pillar to stabilize it. He was also careful and considerate to prevent the insects from falling from the trees. Baya smiled and continued to walk towards the backyard. Gu Lingqing had also set up a canopy in the backyard. The canopy was derived from the third floor. It was made of tempered glass and had an automatic sunshade. He had set up a small castle against the wall. The frame under the slide was filled with plastic balls. He had even placed a ball frame for children to play with. Next to the castle was a rocking chair. Gu Lingqing was installing a power supply. Zhang Xingyu had dug a pool next to the playground and was laying bricks. "You've done so much in 2 hours. Feels like everything has changed." Baya sighed. Gu Lingqing looked at her. "There were other warriors who helped earlier, so it was fast. Shosho can play here in the future." It looks good. Even the fish pond is ready. It's better than my backyard in Seattle. Do you need help from Shulan?" Baya asked, rolling up her sleeves. "The playground is almost ready. I've already installed the power supply. Zhang Xingyu can take his time to build the pond. There's no rush. There's no fish here anyway. What else do you need to do here?" Gu Lingqing asked. Baya looked at Gu Lingqing, touched. He had already prepared according to her wishes. "Little Bai's nest doesn't seem to be ready. I still want to plant some flowers. I've already bought Little Bai's nest. I'm going to put it in the forest tomorrow. After that, I'll bring Little Bai over and we'll help him choose a wife tomorrow. We'll have to postpone helping him choose a wife. I'm going to look for Lu Shuang tomorrow," Baya said apologetically. "I'll go with you." Gu Lingqing was still worried. "If you go, it'll be a different story if someone takes a picture of you." "I'll go alone," Baya said firmly. "Then let Lin Shulan go with you." Baya smiled. "I'll be fine. If something happens, Shulan won't be able to stop him. Don't worry. Anyway, our relationship hasn't been made public yet. Even if it was, it'd be meaningless for them to catch me. I'll be gone for 2 to 3 days. I'll be back soon." Gu Lingqing remained silent. He didn't agree. "There are some things that have to be resolved. Once it's resolved, I won't have any regrets. I'll just live a good life from now on," Baya continued. "You guys can chat online now. Video calls are fine too. You don't have to go first." Gu Lingqing thought of an idea. "I don't have her contact details now. We've agreed that I'll look for someone when I get there. That person will bring me to her. So we can't chat online." "I won't go. Lin Shulan won't go. Let In Ying's people follow you. That way I can rest assured. Otherwise, I won't be able to rest assured," Gu Lingqing said firmly. Baya knew that he meant well, so she agreed. "Let them follow us, but don't let anyone discover In Ying's whereabouts." I'm Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been adapted into a radio drama. Please follow me on WeChat. Fairy Lake. Chapter 820. Let's have dinner. Gu Lingqing picked up the tools on the ground and said to Zhang Xingyu, who was still working, "Let's have dinner together." "All right." Zhang Xingyu put down the tools in his hands happily, turned on the tap and washed his hands. He smiled at Baya, but he didn't see Lin Shulan. Baya smiled and held Gu Lingqing's arm. He lowered his head to look at her, a warm and sweet feeling spreading from his heart. It was just a look and he felt that life was so beautiful. They entered the room and Song Shiyu had prepared dinner. "Mommy, mommy." Shosho ran over and passed the toy car to Baya. Baya's heart softened. She carried Shosho and kissed Shosho's soft face. "Shosho likes cars? Che take mommy." After saying that, Shosho revealed a simple and honest smile. Song Shiyu heard it and walked to Shosho. He held Shosho's little Shosho. "Are we bringing Grandma?" Shosho pointed at Gu Lingqing. "Daddy, daddy." He meant to bring Gu Lingqing. The corners of Gu Lingqing's mouth rose slightly. Shosho looked at Song Shiyu and was disappointed. He tapped Song Shiyu's nose. "Grandma, Grandma." Song Shiyu smiled. He held Shosho's hand and kissed it. Grandma has prepared dinner. It's time to eat. Xiaoxia came over. Madam, please feed young master. Thank you, Baya replied. Xiaoxia carried Shosho and placed Shosho on the child's chair. She scooped some rice for Shosho and fed Shosho patiently. Zhang Xingyu's gaze landed on Xiaoxia. He smiled and blushed. After dinner, after taking a shower, Baya was applying face cream. Gu Lingqing walked in. After glancing at her, she took her clothes and went to take a shower. Baya lay on the bed, logged into the travel app and checked the flights from A Nation to D Nation. In the end, she booked a flight ticket to D Nation at 11:53 a.m. tomorrow. Gu Lingqing came out of the washroom and looked at Baya with burning eyes. Baya noticed his gaze and placed his phone on the cabinet. He thought of something and asked Gu Lingqing, "How old is Zhang Xingyu this year?" 28. What's wrong? Gu Lingqing was confused. He should be at the age to get married and have children. I think he's interested in Xiaoxia and Xiaoxia likes him too. It's not a bad idea to bring them together, Baya said with a smile. Gu Lingqing sat beside her. When Zhang Xingyu gets married, I want to give him a villa. He's been with me since he was a teenager. How old is Lin Shulan? Baya asked again. He should be younger than Zhang Xingyu. I'll have to look into it. What? Do you want to introduce him to her too? Gu Lingqing hugged Baya's waist. Her body smelled good and it smelled good. He moved closer and his breath landed on Baya's neck. Baya felt itchy. She pushed Gu Lingqing away and moved back. Gu Lingqing held her hand and said softly, "Don't push me away." His voice was too soft, but it had a strong penetrating power. It landed on her heart and her abdomen was surging. Before she could think of how to reply, he kissed her on the lips. Gu Lingqing was strong, passionate and could not be rejected. Soon her body temperature was aroused by him and her body was heating up. Gu Lingqing wanted to go in directly. Baya said vaguely, "Lingqing, I'm not in my safe period." He answered. He lifted her waist and deepened the kiss. His love was like the spring rain, gentle and affectionate, falling on her body. Sometimes it was like a storm, wild and raging. It played out one after another. In the end, he did not show his excitement. Baya came back to her senses. Just as she was about to say something, Gu Lingqing held her cheek. "Xiaoya, let's get another girl." Baya was slightly stunned. Gu Lingqing raised the corner of his mouth. Without saying anything, he kissed her on the lips. She liked children, and she had imagined having a house full of grandchildren. However, she and Gu Lingqing had just gotten together. She was not ready to have a child so soon. Moreover, Shosho still needed to be taken care of. If she was pregnant, she would have less time to take care of Shosho. In a daze, she fell asleep while thinking about all kinds of things. She was going to talk about Lin Shulan, but she was interrupted by a sudden rain and forgot to say it. The next day, she woke up naturally. It was 6:30 and Gu Lingqing was no longer there. After brushing her teeth and washing, she went out. Song Xiu was busy in the kitchen. She did not disturb him. She went out of the courtyard and subconsciously walked to the back of the house. Zhang Xingyu was busy and Gu Lingqing was not there. Zhang Xingyu noticed Baya. He smiled and said, "Madam, are you looking for the chief?" The chief went to check on the soldiers' training. He will be back at 7:30. Since she saw Zhang Xingyu, she asked, "Xingyu, what do you think of Xiaoxia?" Zhang Xingyu was stunned. He blushed and scratched his head. "Xiaoxia is very nice. She is very gentle and virtuous. She is also a doctor. I have seen her a few times at old madam's place. I have a good impression of her. Do you need me to ask for Xiaoxia's opinion?" Baya asked. "Madam, what do you mean?" Zhang Xingyu's eyes flickered. "You have to settle your marriage. You have been with Gu Lingqing and Xiaoxia has been with me. If you like her, it will be a good thing. Xiaoxia is good at taking care of children," Baya said meaningfully. Zhang Xingyu smiled shyly. "I'm just afraid that she won't like me." Baya paused. "What about Shulan? What do you think of her?" Zhang Xingyu's smile froze. "We used to be comrades, but now I am a little afraid of her. In her eyes, I am a disloyal and despicable person. It is quite embarrassing to see her. What if she likes you? What if all the insults are because she cares about you?" Baya probed. "I don't have that kind of feeling towards her. It is the feeling of blushing and my heart palpitating when she looks at me." "You have feelings for Xiaoxia?" Zhang Xingyu lowered his head and scratched his head. He nodded. "I understand. You go ahead with your work. I will ask for Xiaoxia's opinion when I come back," Baya said gently. "Thank you, madam." Zhang Xingyu saluted. Baya wanted to look for Gu Lingqing. But when she reached the entrance of the courtyard, She did not know where Gu Lingqing was watching the soldiers practice. Moreover, he was busy with his work. It was not appropriate for her to go there. She went back to the courtyard and sat on the swing. It was a chilly November morning. The air was fresh and quiet, but there was a sense of loneliness. Zhang Xingyu liked Xiaoxia and Xiaoxia liked Zhang Xingyu. Lin Shulan was destined to be hurt. She had brought Zhang Xingyu and Xiaoxia together, which was a form of harm to Lin Shulan. She actually wanted Lin Shulan to get rid of the demons in his heart. He had wrongly given his heart to her. Only when he found his heart again could he be reborn. When she came back, she had to guide Lin Shulan and find her a Mr. Right. She wanted everyone around her to be happy. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Fairy Lake. Chapter 821. Time passed. Baiya just sat there. It was too cold. She came down and practiced the boxing that Gu Lingqing taught her 3 times. Her face was sweating. She went back and prepared to take a shower. Xiaoya, time for breakfast, Song Shiyu said. Yes, thank you, Mom. I'll take a shower first. Is Shosho up yet? Baiya looked at Shosho's room. He went to bed very late last night. He's still sleeping now. Thinking of Shosho's cute face, Baiya smiled. She went into the bathroom and came out after the shower. She didn't want to have a child for the time being. It was too soon. So, she had to buy emergency contraceptive pills before boarding the plane. When she came out, Gu Lingqing was already back. He hugged her waist and kissed her on the forehead. Morning. What time did you get up this morning? I woke up at 6:30 and you weren't there. Baiya was curious. The soldiers practice at 5:30. I went there at 5 o'clock. Gu Lingqing entered the room. Do you have to do this every day? Baiya felt sorry for Gu Lingqing. It's a special situation. I don't have to go every day. It's the soldiers who have to work hard. I have a meeting at 8:30. What time is your flight? Gu Lingqing washed his hands and asked. My flight is at 11:53, but I have to wait 2 hours in advance. I'll leave after I have breakfast, pack my simple luggage, Baiya said. Gu Lingqing was stunned. He turned to look at her. So fast. It's more than an hour to the airport. Time is tight. Don't take the car. Let the plane take you there. It'll only take half an hour. I'll get someone to get your boarding pass first. Then you can arrive at 11 o'clock. My meeting will last for half an hour. I'll send you there. I'll definitely make it. Gu Lingqing wiped his hands and arranged. Don't worry about the meeting. You don't have to arrange a plane. It's too special. Just get someone to drive me to the airport. It's not like I won't come back. I'll come back after I'm done with the discussion, said Baiya with a smile. Gu Lingqing held her arm and looked at her with burning eyes. She didn't say anything, but it seemed that she had said a lot. Baiya also looked at him quietly. In the end, Gu Lingqing compromised. Call me when you arrive in Country D. I will video chat with you, Baiya said with a smile. Well, let's have breakfast. He took her hand and went downstairs. Song Shiyu brought them 2 bowls of tofu pudding. I made this tofu pudding myself. Try it. Mom made this. It's amazing, Baiya praised. When I was young, Lingqing saw other people eating tofu pudding. I wanted to eat it too, so I learned, Song Shiyu explained. Mom is the best mom in the world, Baiya said. Song Shiyu looked at Gu Lingqing. He was still cool. He lowered his head and drank the tofu pudding. Here are the buns I made. Eat slowly. Song Shiyu took out 2 meat buns. The buns she made were gray in color. The flour was not loose, so it was chewy and the meat was firm. It's so relaxing to have someone taking care of us, sighed Baiya. Song Shiyu smiled. As long as you don't mind, I will always take care of you. Mom. Shosho's voice sounded. He ran towards Baiya happily. Shosho called me. Song Shiyu bent down. Grandma, Dad, Mom. Shosho rushed towards Baiya and hugged Baiya's leg. Baiya carried Shosho on her body. She picked up some meat from the bun and fed it to Shosho. Moa. Shosho made noises as he ate. His mouth was oily and red. His face was pink and tender. Baiya couldn't help but kiss his face. Shosho kissed Baiya's face too, leaving an oily spot. Baiya was happy. Shosho, Mom is going out. She will be back in a few days. What present do you want? Mom will buy it for you. Shosho looked at Baiya. Shosho wants to go too. Shosho is at home. Dad made a playground for Shosho. Mom will be back soon. Baiya scratched Shosho's nose. Madam, I'm here for Shosho. Xiaoxia smiled and carried Shosho. Shosho looked at Baiya and stretched out his hands. He wanted Baiya to feed him. Baiya had to pack her luggage. She didn't have much time. She looked at Shosho reluctantly. After Xinyan's matter was settled, she wanted to stay here and spend some time with Shosho. This kind of life was too comfortable. Shosho, be good. Mom will go to the kitchen and get you some delicious buns. Grandma made them myself. Baya stood up. She didn't carry Shosho. She walked into the kitchen and took out 2 buns. She placed them on the dining table and went upstairs to pack her luggage. Gu Lingqing came upstairs after breakfast. He hugged Baya from behind. Baya looked at him and smiled. I'm only going for a few days. It's not like I won't come back. If you do this, I won't want to go. Gu Lingqing lowered his head and kissed her on the lips. Baya pushed him away and said helplessly, I really don't have time. If you don't have time, get the plane to send you there. Gu Lingqing said domineeringly. He held her chin and covered her mouth. She couldn't change his mind, so she just gave up. She would be fine if she took the medicine within 72 hours. At worst, she could go to Country D and buy it again. When they finished, half an hour had passed. Baya looked at the time. It was 8:30. You have a meeting. Hurry up and get someone to send me there. Baya closed her luggage in a hurry. You really don't need me to accompany you? Gu Lingqing asked again. Baya smiled. How much did he want to accompany her? Sometimes he seemed mature. But sometimes he was childish. Wait for me to come back. Baya kissed his cheek. She made up her mind. Gu Lingqing had no choice but to get Zhang Xingyu to send Baya to the airport. On the way, Baya tidied up her luggage again. She saw a pharmacy nearby. Zhang Xingyu stopped by the roadside. I want to buy something. Okay. Zhang Xingyu stopped by the roadside. Baya quickly went to the pharmacy to buy the 72-hour emergency contraception. Then she went to the convenience store to buy a bottle of water. She got into the car and took the medicine. Is Madam not feeling well? Zhang Xingyu asked worriedly. I'm fine. Baya said ambiguously. She looked out of the window and changed the topic. How much longer until we get there? There's no hurry. The chief will arrange for someone to handle the boarding pass. We only need to arrive at 11:20. We can definitely make it. He said that the food on the plane is not good. He asked me to take you to have a simple meal at 10 o'clock before sending you off. I only had breakfast at 7:30. It's a little early to eat at 10 o'clock. I'm not hungry. There's no need to go through so much trouble. You can just send me to the airport directly. The chief said that if you refuse, he will ask me to go to the restaurant to get the ordered food for you to eat on the plane. Baya, how worried was Gu Lingqing that she would not have enough to eat? I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Yaoqi. Chapter 822. However, she accepted his kind intentions. The plane flew for more than 6 hours and she arrived in Country D. She had been sleeping on the plane. Fortunately, when she got off the plane, her head was only dizzy, but it didn't hurt. She went to the church to find the priest named Milo, according to the agreement she had with Lu Shuang. She expressed her intention and the priest gave her a note. She searched according to the note and found that the door was closed, and there seemed to be no one inside. Did he go out? She saw the neighbor walking his dog, so she walked up and asked in a friendly manner, Hello, I want to ask, where did the neighbor go? You mean Luck? She left for a long time. A long time? Baya was shocked and puzzled. How long is a long time? Did she say where she went? About half a year. She left with Yen. They got married and went on a trip. As for when they will come back, I don't know, the neighbor said. Baya didn't come back to her senses for a few seconds. Lu Shuang and Jianghu got married? And they went on a trip together? How is that possible? What about Xinyan? What should I do? Didn't they say that Lu Shuang likes Xinyan? Is Gu Lingqing lying to her, or is the world unpredictable? The phone rang. Baya came back to her senses and saw that it was Gu Lingqing's call. She immediately answered. You're here? You didn't call me. Gu Lingqing's voice was very low, and there was a faint sense of sadness in it. Yes, I'm here. I came directly to Lu Shuang's place. Lu Shuang is not here anymore. The neighbor said that she left for half a year, Baya said worriedly. Her mind was blank. Left for half a year? She didn't contact you? No, she didn't send me an email either. I'm sure. I checked it before returning to China. Where would she go? What should I do? I can't find her. Baya was a little hesitant. The news was too shocking and she was caught off guard. Don't worry. I have the heaven eyes, so I should be able to find out what happened half a year ago. I'll ask someone to check it now. Give me the address where Lu Shuang lived before, Gu Lingqing said. I will send it to you now, Baya said quickly. The investigation may take a few days. When will you come back? Gu Lingqing asked worriedly. Tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. Okay. Text me after you buy the plane ticket. I'll send someone to pick you up, Gu Lingqing said softly. Her tone was much better than before. Bai Ye knew what Gu Lingqing was thinking. Although he didn't say it, he still cared about her very much. But where on earth did Lu Shuang go? If she couldn't find Lu Shuang, how could she save Xianxia? Lu Shuang had married someone else. After Xianxia came out, what could they do to stop Xianxia's revenge? Bai Ye found a hotel nearby. After checking in, the more she thought about it, the more confused she became. She remembered that Lu Shuang didn't want to be with Xianxia. She helped Lu Shuang escape. What happened after that? Why did Lu Shuang fall in love with Xianxia? She called Su Changhe. Bai Ye, you're back. How do you feel? Su Changhe said warmly. Senior, do you know what happened to Lu Shuang? Bai Ye asked. Lu Shuang is your friend, right? I know a little. Can you tell me everything? Hearing Bai Ye's question, Su Changhe knew that she still hadn't remembered the past. She is the woman Xianxia, the former president of a country. Xianxia's wife is Hua Zixing from M country. Hua Zixing has a girl called Nangongyu. Xianxia imprisoned Nangongyu for Lu Shuang. To protect Lu Shuang, Xianxia even wanted to kill Nangongyu's brother. Because of this, Xianxia was pulled down from the position of president and imprisoned. Lu Shuang was also sent away by Xianxia. Does Lu Shuang like Xianxia? Bai Ye asked. I'm not sure about this. You know what happened to you. Even if I ask, you won't tell me. Moreover, I didn't ask, Su Changhe said apologetically. She could feel that Xianxia liked Lu Shuang. What mattered was Lu Shuang's feelings. She didn't have a headache at first, but when she thought about it, she had a terrible headache. Unconsciously, she fell asleep without eating. At night, she had a dream. She dreamed that she was surrounded by darkness. It was so dark that she couldn't see her own fingers. She was alone. She called Gu Lingqing's name, but no one answered her. A girl's voice appeared and kept repeating the same sentence. Who are you? You are not Bai Ye. Who are you? The voice was hoarse and it was so sharp that it almost pierced her eardrums. Bai Ye woke up in shock. She sat up, sweating all over. She picked up her phone and looked at it. It was already 6 o'clock in the morning in D country. She calmed herself down and went to the bathroom to brush her teeth. When she came out, she sat on the bed and spaced out for a while. She was at her wits' end in D country. She might as well think of a way when she returned home. Moreover, she had to meet Xianxia again. She opened the app and booked a flight back to China at 10:20 a.m. She got up and checked out of the room. She had breakfast at a nearby restaurant before heading to the airport. On the way, she sent a message to Gu Lingqing. I've booked a flight back to China at 10:20 a.m. I'll arrive in a country at around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. You go ahead with your work. I'll contact you then. Gu Lingqing called her immediately. Bai Ye was slightly stunned. It was only 4 a.m. in a country now. Did you not sleep or did I wake you up? Bai Ye asked apologetically. I haven't slept yet. I want to settle everything today. I'll accompany you in the afternoon, Gu Lingqing said softly. It's not good for your health. Don't stay up late if you don't have to. You're older than me. What if you get sick? Hurry up and rest. I know. There's one thing. Because of the memory problem, the videos from 6 months ago are all gone. Now they're using face recognition. The key is that many of the video systems in D country still need to be decoded. So they can't find her in a short time. I'm sorry. What about Xianxia? If Lu Shuang is not here, I'm not sure if Xianxia will take revenge. Bai Ye consulted Gu Lingqing's opinion. You can't stop doing what you're supposed to do because of fear. Release Xianxia as usual. He's not a bad person. If he's still in power, he should be a wise ruler. However, the political situation is unpredictable. There are many things that you can't do as you please. We'll discuss it after you come back. Well, if I can't mobilize Xianxia's invisible force, I'll see if I can find mercenaries to solve this problem. No, He won't allow you to use mercenaries. This matter will become a weakness for him. I'll think of a way, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Okay. We'll talk about it when I come back. Go and rest early. Bai Ye said and hung up the phone. She had just arrived at the airport when 8 people blocked her way. Bai Ye wanted to escape subconsciously. She turned around and saw another 8 people walking towards her. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Jade Lake. Chapter 823. An Ing who was hiding at the side appeared immediately. There were infrared dots on the foreheads of the 16 people. If they acted rashly, they would go to hell immediately. As expected, those people stopped moving. They looked at each other. Little Bai. Lu Shuang's voice was heard. Baya looked towards the source of the voice and saw Lu Shuang. Shuang, why are you here? Where have you been? Lu Shuang walked towards Baya. They are my men. Jiang Yi knew that you were coming and found out that you bought a plane ticket. So I brought my men to wait for you here. Baya looked around and said, they are Lu Shuang's men. The infrared dots on their foreheads disappeared. Lu Shuang smiled. Are those people protecting you? Baya nodded. Gu Lingqing sent them. Is he okay? When I left he was still in danger. Xing Buhua is not Gu Lingqing. Lu Shuang asked with concern. He is back in the military now. It's not that Hua promised us to release Xianxia. He just needs your help. Lu Shuang lowered his eyes. There was sadness in his eyes. Then he smiled again. Let's find a place to talk. I booked a flight at 10 o'clock. I'll change it to tomorrow. I'll call Lingqing, Baya said and took out her phone. Get in the car first. Lu Shuang took Baya's hand and walked away. Baya noticed that Lu Shuang had something on his mind, but she also believed that Lu Shuang would not hurt her. She got into Lu Shuang's car first, but she was worried that Gu Lingqing was sleeping at this time, so she didn't call him. Instead she texted him, Lingqing, you don't have to look for Lu Shuang anymore. Lu Shuang came to me just now. I want to talk to him today. I've changed the ticket to tomorrow. Lu Shuang glanced at Baya's phone and smiled. It's great that you guys are still together. Baya changed her ticket and looked at Lu Shuang. Your neighbor said that you're married. Is Jiang Yi right? Lu Shuang nodded. Uncle has waited for me for such a long time. He has taken good care of me. Besides, I'm already so old. Other than uncle, no one else wants me. What about Xianxia? Don't you like him? Baya probed. Lu Shuang's eyes flickered. He wanted to say something but stopped. Baya held her hand. Is there anything else that you can't tell me? Xiaoya, people's feelings will change. The person I like now is uncle. Xianxia might not be able to come out for the rest of his life. Lu Shuang lowered his head. Baya frowned slightly. What you mean is that you liked Xianxia before, but because Xianxia was arrested, you thought that he would never be able to come out for the rest of his life. So when you were with Jiang Yi, you fell in love with Jiang Yi? Yes, Lu Shuang replied. His chest was heaving up and down violently. He didn't dare to look at Baya. But now, Xianxia is going to be released. I'm here to talk to you about this, Baya said. Lu Shuang didn't hide her surprise. She held Baya's hand. He's really going to be released. Is what you said true? Baya looked at Lu Shuang calmly. Lu Shuang also realized that she was too impulsive. Her face looked weird, but she still couldn't hide her joy. She murmured, I knew it. He wouldn't be locked up forever. He would definitely come out. She couldn't hold back her tears. Her tears fell on the back of Baya's hand. With Baya's knowledge, she could tell that Lu Shuang was unusual at first glance. Since she believed that Xianxia would be released, how could she have said that Xianxia would never be able to come out for the rest of his life? Lu Shuang was a straightforward person. She wasn't good at pretending and hiding. She must have something on her mind. That was why she was so contradictory and contrasting. His crime of imprisoning Nangong Yu isn't small. We can't release Xing Buhua directly. We need you to save him, Baya said. Save him. We have to save him. Tell me, how do I save him? Lu Shuang asked immediately. Baya looked at the chauffeur. Let's get out of the car and take a walk. I haven't seen the scenery of Country D. Bring me around. Lu Shuang knew that Baya wanted to talk to him alone. He nodded. Okay. Stop the car. They held hands and went to the park nearby. Are you sure you don't have any listening devices on you? Baya asked. I don't think so. But maybe someone put it on me. I don't know, Lu Shuang said uncertainly. Let's make sure everything is safe. I'll get someone to check on you. Baya called Zhang Xingyu. After a while, a hidden figure came out. He used a device to check on the two of them and confirmed that there were no problems. Baya then said, what we mean is that we need you to personally contact an invisible person to save Xianxia. This is just on the surface. The truth is, when you guys save him, it will cause a huge fire. We'll tell the public that Xianxia died in the fire. In fact, we'll release him and he'll live an incognito life. Xiaobai. Lu Shuang wanted to say something but stopped. He looked at Baya worriedly. What's wrong? Baya didn't understand. Lu Shuang still didn't say it. He changed his words and said, I don't need an invisible person, okay? I'll get Jiang Yi to save him. Jiang Yi is from Country D. Even if they pursue the matter, they won't be able to pursue it to Country D. Is that okay? This is the best. However, Xianxia likes you and you're married to Jiang Yi. If Jiang Yi rescues him, Have you thought about how to deal with the relationship between the three of you? I'll make it clear to Xianxia. I'm already married. He deserves to find a better one. He was pulled down from the position of president because of you and was locked up for so long. When he comes out, he'll know that you're married. I'm worried that he might not be able to take it. Baiya reminded. Lu Shuang's eyes turned red. His eyes flickered as he avoided Baiya's gaze. I don't know what to do either. Anyway, the first thing is to save him. As for the other things, we'll talk about it later. Moreover, I remember that Xianxia and Jianghu didn't have a good relationship, right? Baiya didn't know if this information was real or just her imagination. Xianxia had a girlfriend who was Jiang Xingyu's sister. She committed suicide for Xianxia. So Jiang Xingyu hates Xianxia. That's how their hatred came about, Lu Shuang explained. So, if you use Jiang Ye's people to save Xianxia, will he help? Baiya doubted. He will. In fact, the one who will save Xianxia is not him, but you guys. At that time, Xianxia will still be free, and Jiang Xingyu might not be able to find him. Moreover, the power behind Xianxia is actually very strong. Even if he doesn't become president, Jiang Xingyu won't be able to deal with him. But if you marry Jiang Yi, it will become a sharp knife that will pierce Xianxia's heart. I don't want it either, Lu Shuang said softly. What do you mean by that? Baiya understood what he was implying. I am Qin Tang Tang. The novel has been made into a radio drama. Follow me on WeChat Fairy Lake. Chapter 824. Lu Shuang realized that he had said something wrong. He stuttered and thought of a reason. He explained, I can't control myself when I like someone. After saying this, she felt guilty. She withdrew her hand and tugged at her clothes nervously. Baiya saw Lu Shuang's little action. Lu Shuang didn't want to tell her the reason. If she asked again, it would only make Lu Shuang feel more repulsed. Cool girl, if you need help one day, just contact me. I'll go through fire and water to help you, Baiya promised. Lu Shuang's eyes turned red. Well, you can check in first. After that, send me the address. I'll go back and talk to Jiangyi. I'll contact you after I make some plans. What do you think we should do? Okay, I'll talk to them too. Then I'll leave first. Lu Shuang said shyly and walked towards the road. Cool girl, give me your number so that we can contact each other in the future. Baiya said. Oh. Lu Shuang hit his forehead. I'm silly. I forgot this important time. What's your number? Baiya gave her number to Lu Shuang. When Lu Shuang called, the phone rang. Baiya edited Lu Shuang's number and watched Lu Shuang leave in a hurry. In her impression, Lu Shuang was a careless, heartless, straightforward, and easygoing person. What had actually happened? She kept stuttering and evading. Baiya stayed in a nearby hotel and rested for a while. Her mind was in a mess. She was worried that Gu Lingqing was sleeping now, so it was not convenient for her to call him. She stood up, stood in front of the window and called Xing Buhua. Xiaoya, what's wrong? Xing Buhua asked softly. I'm in Country D. I met Lu Shuang. Lu Shuang said that he would use Jiang Ye's men to save Xianxia. I'll inform her when you're done. Xiaoya, don't worry about it. Just pretend that you don't know anything about it. I'll have someone contact your friend. Oh. Baiya paused. She felt that she had to let Xing Buhua know. Lu Shuang married Jiang Yi. What? Then who will control Xianxia? Xing Buhua was shocked. Even so, Lingqing and I still hope that you let Xianxia go, Baiya said. Xing Buhua was silent on the other end. All of you have made up your mind. Good. I'll go with you. Give me Lu Shuang's number. I'll have someone communicate with them. You don't have to worry about it, Xing Buhua said. Okay. Baiya hung up the phone and called Lu Shuang. Xiaobai, I'm still in the car. Tell me. Lu Shuang, someone contacted you. He's in charge of the rescue plan, Baiya said. Thank you, Xiaobai. If it weren't for you, Xianxia would never be released. Thank you, Xiaobai. Lu Shuang's voice was a little choked. Baiya could tell that she still liked Xianxia. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been so excited when she heard that Xianxia was going to be released. Lu Shuang was a person who said whatever he wanted and did whatever he wanted. Why did he become so cautious now? It seemed that there was nothing for her to do here. Lu Shuang should not be in the mood to catch up with her. She'd better go back to China first and discuss with Gu Lingqing. She wouldn't be so hesitant now. She rebooked the flight back to land at 14 o'clock this afternoon. She had a good lunch and sent a message to Gu Lingqing before she got on the plane. I'll arrive at land at about 14 o'clock this afternoon. She closed her eyes and slept as soon as she got on the plane. She woke up again and again in a daze. She didn't wake up until the plane landed. She turned on her phone as soon as she got off the plane. His phone was full of incoming calls. There were calls from Xing Buhua, Gu Lingqing, Lu Shuang, and Zhang Xingyu. She called Gu Lingqing back first. Have you arrived? Gu Lingqing asked. Yes, I didn't check my luggage. I'm going to the exit now. I'm at the door. Baya smiled and felt warm in her heart. Gu Lingqing was not a man of words, but he was a man of action. She went out and saw him at a glance. He took the luggage from her hands and asked worriedly, Are you tired of flying continuously? I haven't been flying continuously. I've been sleeping all the time. My brother has asked someone to contact Lu Shuang and asked me not to care about this matter, Baya said. He has his concerns. It's not a good thing for you to be caught if you show up too much. Since he has made arrangements, it's good that Xianxia can be rescued. Lu Shuang's matter. Baya wanted to say something but stopped on second thought. I don't know what kind of impact it will have on Xianxia. Besides, I think Lu Shuang has something wrong but he won't tell me. Can you send someone to help me check it out? Okay. Gu Lingqing replied and put his arm around Baya's shoulder. Xianxia is a smart and resourceful person. Don't worry too much because it's useless to worry. If Lu Shuang still likes Xianxia will know what to do. Baya nodded and called Lu Shuang back. Little Bai, you're back in China? Yes. Has that person contacted you? Jianghu is contacting him. After Xianxia was rescued. Lu Shuang paused and didn't ask further. Is he okay now? Shuang, if you like him, then be with him. If you don't like him, then don't give him any more hope. When hope is shattered, it will be despair and hurt people's hearts. If you've decided not to be with him, don't care about him and don't miss him, Baya reminded. Lu Shuang's eyes turned red. Mist filled his eyes and condensed into tears. He was caught because of me. After he was rescued, he should have come back to you. You owe him an explanation. Don't avoid it, Baya said. Okay, then I'll hang up first. I'm going to have dinner. Lu Shuang choked with sobs and hung up the phone. Baya leaned on Gu Lingqing's shoulder. We can't change others. The only thing we can do is to change ourselves and be ourselves. We'll talk about the future in the future. Let's go back first. Shosho misses you very much. He wants to look for his mother early in the morning. Gu Lingqing changed the topic. Baya thought of Shosho's cute face and smiled. Lingqing, Shosho is still young. He needs to be taken care of. Can you delay the matter of having another child? Gu Lingqing looked at her and nodded. There's still a long way to go. Baya smiled and hugged his waist. They went to the VIP area together. She couldn't wait to see Shosho. I've already applied to arrange a job for you as a counselor. Your working hours will be from 12 to 5 p.m. on Thursdays. You're free at other times. What a free job. Didn't you say that you want to build a community for military families? I need you to do this. I've already applied for the land. You'll be busy from now on. If you can't take it, let me know, Gu Lingqing said carefully. Baya smiled. She seemed to see happiness waving at her. Chapter 825. However, when she thought of Lu Shuang, her heart sank again. Although she rationally told herself that she couldn't do anything about it, that life was chosen by Lu Shuang, and that her own decisions weren't what Lu Shuang wanted, she still faintly felt sad, like a misty rain. Soon they arrived at the military area and she went back to the villa. Shosho should be playing in the backyard. Gu Lingqing reminded her. Baya put down her bag and rushed to the backyard. Shosho was sliding. When he saw Baya coming, he stopped. Mom. Hug. Baya felt warm inside. She should have bought a gift for Shosho in Country D. Because she was preoccupied, she didn't buy a gift. She picked up Shosho apologetically. Mom will take you out to play later. Do you want to go? Go. Shosho was happy and smiled. Let's go now. Baya returned to the room with Shosho in her arms. Gu Lingqing was still there. She said to Gu Lingqing, I will take Shosho out to play, go to the supermarket and buy some snacks. What do you want to buy? I will ask someone to send it over. The supermarket in this town belongs to the Gu Corporation. Gu Lingqing said. There is fun in shopping and buying when you see the real thing. I will go with Shosho. I will go with you, Gu Lingqing said. Baya smiled. You are busy with work. I will go with Shosho and xiaoxia. Then bring Shulan too. Mom went on a business trip yesterday and will be back in a week. Baya looked at the time on her watch. It was already 15 o'clock. I will come back at 17:30 to make dinner. Can I make it? You are too tired from the flight today. Don't cook. Since you are going out, have fun. Eat in a restaurant outside. Don't rush back. I will eat in the cafeteria. Baya tiptoed and kissed Gu Lingqing's face. Gu Lingqing looked at her. She also felt embarrassed. When Gu Lingqing wanted to return to the bride's side, Shosho pushed Gu Lingqing away. He looked serious and guarded. Gu Lingqing went to kiss Baya again, but Shosho still pushed Gu Lingqing away, which made Baya laugh. Gu Lingqing's face darkened. He picked up Shosho and put him on the ground. He kissed Baya and went to work in the study. Shosho pointed at Gu Lingqing in annoyance, his brows furrowed. Kiss. Baya smiled, squatted down and kissed Shosho's face. This made Shosho happy. Hug. Baya carried Shosho, took her bag and called xianxia and Lin Shulan to go out. Along the way, Baya taught Shosho how to sing "Mommy is the best in the world." Shosho knew how to sing, so he sang along with Baya. Shosho sings really well. What other songs do you know? Baya asked. Suddenly Lin Shulan braked. Baya hit the chair and looked in front. What's wrong? Madam, stay in the car. I'll go and take a look. Lin Shulan said cautiously. After getting out of the car, he immediately closed the door. He walked to the front of the car and saw an old man lying on the ground. Old man, I don't remember hitting you. If you're trying to blackmail me, I have the car recording, Lin Shulan said. The old man who was lying on the ground opened his eyes and looked at Lin Shulan strangely. He got up and left angrily. Lin Shulan, she returned to the car and continued driving. She stopped at the parking lot in front of the supermarket in town. Shulan, Baya called gently. Lin Shulan looked at Baya, nodded, and stood respectfully. Madam. Baya smiled. Let's talk later. Lin Shulan lowered his head. They entered the supermarket together. Baya placed Shosho on the trolley while xianxia pushed Shosho to the children's area to play. Baya brought Lin Shulan to walk around casually. Have you thought it through? Baya asked. He doesn't like me. Or maybe he hates me, Lin Shulan said. In ancient China, there was an emperor called xuanhuan. One day, when he wasn't an emperor, one of his companions came to him and told him about their bitter past. He was crying in snot. When xuanhuan heard it, he said that he didn't know this person and killed him. After that, another person went to find xuanhuan. He didn't say anything about his bitter past. He just said that xuanhuan had the appearance of an emperor and was promoted. Do you know why? Baya said gently. Lin Shulan smiled bitterly. Because I witnessed his betrayal. He was a despicable person and he was disloyal and unjust. That's why he feels sad when he sees you. You represent his disgraceful past. He won't fall in love with you. Instead of waiting for someone who won't fall in love with you, why not find someone who treats you well? Women fall in love with people who treat them well easily, Baya said with a smile. Lin Shulan looked at Baya. Madam, I understand. Thank you, madam, for coming to chat with me. Actually, I've forgotten a lot of things in the past. But from the fact that you became Song Shiyu's goddaughter, you should be a very charming person. Don't let someone who doesn't love you destroy your confidence. You're actually very outstanding and beautiful. When we go back, I'll teach you how to put on makeup, Baya said with a smile. Yeah. Lin Shulan slightly raised the corner of her mouth. I feel much better now that I've given up. What if Zhang Xingyu got together with xianxia? Would he feel better? Lin Shulan was stunned. Xianxia? Zhang Xingyu has always been surrounded by men. These few years he has been traveling with Gu Lingqing. He doesn't have many chances to meet girls. So, it's normal for him to get together with xianxia, Baya explained. Lin Shulan nodded. Yes, just like how I like Zhang Xingyu because I don't meet many men. It's the same logic when Zhang Xingyu and I are by your side. Have you thought it through? Baya asked gently. He didn't like me from the start. So, it's destined to be fruitless. I'll be tired too. I'll arrange blind dates for you and introduce you to outstanding men. There will definitely be one who has been waiting for you for a long time, Baya comforted him. Thank you, madam, Lin Shulan said sincerely. Let's go and see Shosho and the rest. Okay, I'll buy it, Baya said readily. Shosho was elated. He hugged the car tightly and didn't let go. Baya walked to the vegetable section. She wanted to buy some vegetables. Madam, fresh vegetables are delivered every day. You don't have to buy them today, Lin Shulan reminded her. Baya nodded. She didn't buy any vegetables. Instead, she bought a lot of snacks. When she went to the checkout counter, there was a man who kept looking at her. Baya glanced at the man. He was very good looking. He had handsome features and a deep expression. He was dressed very trendy, but he gave off a bad vibe. His every movement had the aura of a nobleman. He had a good figure too. He wasn't an ordinary man. He was the type that attracted women. Moreover, she felt a strong sense of familiarity with him. She also felt a faint sadness. But, she just couldn't remember. Chapter 826. The man walked towards her with a smile that was even more charming. I was wondering if I would bump into you here. I didn't expect to bump into you, Xuanhuan said, looking at Baya with a burning gaze. I brought my child here to buy some things, Baya said. She looked at Shosho with gentle and loving eyes. Xuanhuan followed Baya's gaze and saw Shosho. He inherited your and Gulingqing's strengths. He's very cute. Then I'll go out now, Baya greeted him. Xiaoya, let's have a meal together, Xuanhuan invited. Baya hesitated. The man in front of her was a stranger to her, but they obviously knew each other and he didn't seem to have any ill intentions. It didn't seem right for her to reject him just like that. Are you afraid that Gulingqing will be jealous? Xuanhuan saw Baya's hesitation. We have 2 children already. We don't talk to ourselves about jealousy. Then let's go. I have something to tell you, Xuanhuan said and took the plastic bag. Baya was too embarrassed to reject him again. I drove here. Just leave the things in the car. I saw a Western restaurant nearby. Let's eat there, Baya said. Xuanhuan put the things in the trunk of Baya's car. They walked to the Western restaurant near the supermarket. There were many fruits, appetizers and puddings. They were all free. Xianxia took care of Shosho while Baya ordered. She felt uncomfortable when she felt the gaze of the man in front of her. She looked up at him. What do you want to say to me? Chu Yubing wants me to join his side. He gave me good conditions, Xuanhuan said. Baya wasn't clear about their relationship. What's your plan? I want to listen to you, Xuanhuan said in a low voice. Baya felt a wave of pressure assaulting him. His words were too ambiguous and seemed to be hinting at something. Especially his scorching gaze, it was too invasive. Baya recalled that Su Changha had mentioned Xuanhuan, her ex-husband. Suddenly he felt that he shouldn't have come to eat. You know, the current president is Gulingqing's brother, Xing Buhua. Chu Yubing is trained by the Shen family. To a large extent he is opposed to Xing Buhua. I am Gulingqing's wife. What do you think I would ask you to do? Baya asked. I'll do whatever you want me to do. What about you? What do you want to do? Baya asked. Xuanhuan looked at Baya without saying a word. Baya stood up. I want to help you. I want to do what you want to do, Xuanhuan said. Actually, you don't have to. I'll feel burdened if you do this. After all, we're in the past. It's not nice to keep you hanging. You should find a new life, Baya said and walked outside. Xiaoxia followed immediately with Shosho in her arms. Someone stopped Baya at the door. Baya turned around and looked at Xuanhuan. She curled her lips and her eyes became cold. What do you mean? I mean no harm. Let's have a meal together and I'll send you back. Baya stared at Xuanhuan. Many complicated thoughts flashed through her mind. After all, she didn't want to make enemies with Xing Buhua. She sat back down. I tried my best to have 2 girlfriends. I wanted to start a good life, but I got bored after a month. I went to see a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist said that I haven't let go of my past. Whoever started the trouble should solve it. Please help me, Xuanhuan expressed. I will never betray Gulingqing in this life. I don't want to leave him again. I don't want to do anything that will hurt him. Love is not possession. It's wishing for the other party's happiness. If you still want to possess me, then it's definitely not love. It's because you're unwilling. Xuanhuan smiled bitterly. I'm indeed unwilling. I've been blaming myself. If I found out that I fell in love with you earlier, I wouldn't have lost you. There's no medicine for regret in this world. You can't go back to what you've missed. You should look forward. Okay, Xuanhuan replied and smiled. Baya didn't expect him to agree so readily. She didn't know what else to say. She picked up the glass of water on the table. I wish you happiness. So, you still want me to leave, right? Xuanhuan locked his eyes on her and looked at her face longingly. Baya thought for a moment and nodded. Xuanhuan lowered his head dejectedly. He was shrouded in melancholy. I know. Let's eat. After eating, I'll reject Chu Yubing and leave country A. Baya felt embarrassed when she saw him being so easy to talk to. I'm sure you'll find a girl who likes you and who likes you. Xuanhuan shook his head. Retribution. I'm a little tired of love. I feel comfortable having a meal with an old friend. Baya didn't say anything. If she said too much, it would seem like they were too familiar and intimate. It wasn't good to deal with it coldly. She felt guilty for some reason, so she didn't say anything. Fortunately, the waiter served the steak quickly. Baya lowered her head and cut the steak. Xuanhuan quickly cut the steak and passed it to Baya. Baya smiled and refused. I like to cut it myself. It's more fragrant. Okay. Su Jiran didn't force her and ate the steak quietly. Baya suddenly felt the subtle change in the atmosphere. She looked at the door. Gu Lingqing was wearing a military uniform. He walked over with his men. His face was cool and expressionless. He didn't ask anything. He pulled out a chair and sat down, staring at Su Jiran. Su Jiran finished eating calmly. He put down his fork and smiled at Gu Lingqing. Long time no see. I don't want to see you, Gu Lingqing said coldly. You're still as heartless as before. I'm going to hang out with Xiaoya. That's it. Su Jiran saw that Gu Lingqing didn't answer at all. He felt bored. He said to the waiter, Bill? My woman doesn't need you to pay for her. I've paid the bill. I won't see you out. This is my place. Don't come here again, Gu Lingqing said directly. He held Baye's hand and stood up. He took Baye's hand and walked away. Xiaoxia took Shosho and followed them immediately. Su Jiran looked at Gu Lingqing holding Baye's hand and left. If he had been so tight, he would be the one holding Baye's hand now. Now he could only be alone. In the car. Gu Lingqing didn't say anything with a cold face. Baye looked at him. He didn't even change his clothes. It was obvious that he came in a hurry. She shouldn't have had dinner with her ex-husband. You know, I have no memory, so I didn't know he was my ex-husband. I'm sorry. Gu Lingqing looked at her and held her hand. I'm not angry at you. I'm just upset that I didn't go with you. My work today is important, but it's not urgent. I can go with you. Baye smiled. She felt sweet in her heart. She leaned her head on Gu Lingqing's shoulder and looked at the road ahead. He told me that Chu Yubing was looking for him. It seems that Chu Yubing is ambitious. The royal family. It's normal. I expected it. I'm afraid that during the days when we disappeared, he did a lot of things that we don't know, Gu Lingqing said meaningfully. Chapter 827. I'm thinking about the relationship between them, Baye said softly. Oh. Gu Lingqing glanced at her softly, his eyes full of love and tenderness. Worry and effort can make a country prosper, but idleness can make a country perish. If a country doesn't have internal and external troubles, its leaders won't work hard. They'll live comfortably all day without thinking about making progress. So, it's not a bad thing that Big Brother has encountered this, right? Baye said. Yeah, Gu Lingqing replied. It's the same with relationships. They need to go through experiences to consolidate it and become indestructible in the future. Lu Shuang and Xianxia will separate if they don't go through the experiences. Even if they don't go through the experiences, they will still be separated because of various reasons in the future. But if they go through the experiences, their relationship will be consolidated and they will cherish and understand each other in the future. Even parents can't control relationships, let alone friends. Most of the time, it's their own decision to give them some advice. That's all we can do. Gu Lingqing knew that Baye still couldn't let it go, so she comforted her. I understand the theory. From a woman's point of view, I feel sorry for Xianxia. He must really like cool girls, Baye sighed. What's important is Lu Shuang's feelings. Soon they arrived at the military area. What do you want to eat tomorrow morning? I'll cook it. You still have to practice boxing in the morning. You don't have to work so hard. There's everything in the canteen. I'll ask someone to send breakfast over tomorrow. I want to eat braised pork and crucian carp soup for lunch. Shosho wants stewed eggs. The rest is up to you, Gu Lingqing said seriously. Baye had adapted to his way of talking. Have you had dinner? Gu Lingqing didn't say anything. Baye noticed something was wrong. You haven't had dinner yet. I want to finish some work before I eat, Gu Lingqing explained. That's not good. You have to eat on time or your stomach will be hungry. Your health is the most important thing. When you go back, eat first, then work. Sleep before 12 o'clock. You need to sleep for 6 hours. Yes. The corners of Gu Lingqing's mouth raised slightly. It felt good to be nagged like this. They were like an old married couple. The days passed in a plain and real way. The idle job that Gu Lingqing arranged for her was really idle. Unless the situation was very bad, people in Country A would not easily go to see a psychiatrist. Therefore, she stayed there for the whole afternoon and did not come. In the middle of the night, Gu Lingqing called. He got up to pick it up, and Baye was also woken up by the noise. Something must have happened for him to call so late at night. She also got up, opened the door and went outside looking at Gu Lingqing worriedly. He hung up the phone and said to Baye, Xianxia has been rescued. He is now in the base where I was treated before. He wants to see you. Should I go there now? Baye asked. She didn't remember where the medical place Gu Lingqing mentioned was. I'll go with you. Wait for me for half an hour. I'll make the arrangements. Remember to wear more clothes. It's cold at night. Gu Lingqing said and went out to make the call. Baiye's mind was blank. She didn't tell Xianxia about Lu Shuang's marriage. She really didn't know how to bring it up. However, she had to face it eventually. Half an hour later, Gu Lingqing arranged a car and Zhang Xingyu drove. It will take about 2 hours to get there. You can sleep a little longer. Gu Lingqing said softly. Baiye leaned on Gu Lingqing's shoulder and closed her eyes. However, she couldn't sleep. Her mind was a little messy and she had a bad feeling. Lingqing, do you think Xianxia will hate fate if he knows that Lu Shuang is married? Baiye asked. Let nature take its course. We just need to do what we should do. Then do our best to protect Xianxia. After all, he took the risk for us, Gu Lingqing said in a low voice. Yes. Baiye thought. She should also do something. She couldn't put all the pressure on Gu Lingqing. Yesterday Gu Lingqing went to bed at 12 o'clock. It was only 3 o'clock now. He only slept for 3 hours. Lingqing, I'm not sleepy. I go to bed early. Now there are 6 hours. It's enough. You sleep for a while. I'll wake you up when we arrive. Baiye stood up and said. Gu Lingqing didn't say anything. He closed his eyes. Baiye's imagination ran wild. 2 hours later they entered the base. Gu Lingqing also woke up and opened his eyes. Baiye looked at Gu Lingqing and smiled. Gu Lingqing held Baiye's hand. Since we're here, let's take things as they come. Yes. After entering the base, Gu Lingqing was waiting. Under Zhang Xingyu's lead, Baiye met Xianxia. He was waiting anxiously, but it could be seen that he was in a good mood. Even his smile was bright. As soon as they met he asked, Where's Lu Shuang? You have her contact, right? Baiye nodded. She wanted to say something but stopped. If she said it, she was really worried that Xianxia wouldn't be able to take it. Xianxia noticed something strange from her expression. What's wrong? Why are you looking at me like that? Xianxia, there's something. Lu Shuang, she's married. Baiye finally said it. Xianxia's smile froze. He stared at Baiye. His gaze gradually became cold, but he still had 1% of hope. He asked again, Is what you said true? She's married to Jianghu, Baiye said again. Xianxia's gaze turned cold, but he still accepted it. He staggered 2 steps back. His eyes were flickering with hesitation, confusion, and disbelief. The current him was completely different from the elegant and calm person he was when he was locked up. What could crush a person was not the environment but the state of mind. Many people could go against the current. The worse the environment, the harder they worked. But if their state of mind collapsed, they would be like a patient with depression. They couldn't see what they had and what they had more than others. They would only think that tomorrow wouldn't be better. Moreover, they wouldn't listen to anyone's advice. I think she has her reasons. Baiye added and comforted him. Xianxia looked at Baiye slowly. Her face was pale and her eyes were bloodshot. Even in her pupils there was something fermenting. You have her phone number, right? Yes, I'll call her now. You can tell her personally. Baiye still hoped that Xianxia could be with Lu Shuang. She took out her phone and dialed Lu Shuang's number. I'm sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist. The cold voice of the machine came from the phone. Baiye looked at the number again. She made sure that it was the number she had talked to on the phone before and dialed it again. I'm sorry, the number you have dialed does not exist. The cold voice of the machine was still on the other end of the phone. Baiye couldn't stay calm anymore. What was Lu Shuang doing? He didn't even want to contact her? He even went missing without a word of explanation.